everyone who's listening. This is a Half Price podcast. This is one of the first few episodes of our show. Joining us is Tisha. She is the visionary behind Cador Pearl, known for creating elegant and empowering lingerie. Tisha has built a brand that encourages people to embrace their individuality, feel their best. Tisha, I would like to welcome you to the podcast. How you doing, man?
Thank you so much. Yes, I am Tisha. I go by Tisha Denise. I am the owner of Cador Pearl, a brand that is all about empowering women, self love, and body positivity. I have a keen advocacy for mental health. So I wanted to be sure that I also implemented that into my brand. So I am now to my 3 month threshold. And after 3 months, I will be donating part of my proceeds to a mental health organization because that's very important. And then the other thing that is very important for me when it comes to Cador Pearl is showcasing women, everyday women like myself, women with diverse abilities. So I feel like a lot of times when we look at the magazines or Instagram or even, TV, you see one type of woman all the time. And the majority of us don't look like that. And it can give you a feeling of insecurity. So I want to embrace the everyday woman and help them find their sensuality on top of dealing with just having a positive mental well-being.
Yeah, TV, media, Instagram, Twitter, social media, it all gives us a false sense
Yeah,
that we have to look a
a
certain,
very false sense of
but
reality.
as a
Yes.
matter of fact, we don't have to look a certain standard. It's given us a false sense of standard, and of course,
Hmm.
your brand, your brand, and I believe the podcast that you have started on the side. Um,
Yes.
I don't know if it's a main thing or a side thing. Sorry if I'm putting words in your mouth.
No, 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 that's fine.
It's that also promotes self love, and we'll talk about the podcast later. It's all about your self
Okay.
love and self individuality, plus the non conformity. You don't have to conform to the norms of what
Society
beauty or
standards.
standards
Yeah.
are. So yeah, that's what an approach to business and to life. So I'm just gonna ask you a warm up question really fast. Is
Okay.
that what inspired you to start Cador Pearl, and how does the name reflect your mission?
Okay, so what started it is actually, as I was saying, I started as a sexual well-being coach, and I do a lot when it comes to guided meditation, mental health initiatives. So that was what I was already really big into. I started that company a couple years ago. I do a lot of coaching services, a lot of speaking events, and things like that. And um, I kind of separate the two, to be honest. But on my platform for like the coaching service and the podcast, I do a lot of body positivity, a lot of embracing my body because and a lot of people don't necessarily know why I'm so open with my sexuality and with my body, and it's because of, like I said, the fact that I've had rheumatoid arthritis since the age of 6. And I've always seemed so confident, yes, and a lot of people don't know unless you like see me in person. But I have some disabilities where you can see here, like my hands and certain things that I've always been very insecure about. Although on the outside, I seem like I'm the most insecure person ever. Internally, I was fighting a battle, and as I got older, I realized how big that battle was. When I went to the pool or certain things, I wouldn't take off my shoes. It was just a real internal struggle. And I just didn't want to live in that light. I wanted to live in my truth. And when I just started speaking of what I was dealing with on an everyday basis, I started speaking to other women who were telling me their struggles and what they go through. And it just made me realize that there was an outlet and an opening for what I was doing. So I did a lot, like I said, on my other page in lingerie and things like that. And I'm like, it just makes sense, honestly, to make it my own. I'm showcasing it and I'm trying to find a way to express myself in a way that I can bring other women into it. So Cador Pearl was born, I was like, this is it. I'm wearing all of this lingerie just for my own confidence, honestly, and my own self-empowerment. And I have people asking me every day, where do you get that from? Where do you get that from? And I'm like, I'm gonna get it. You're gonna get it from me. So it started there, and I'm so big on mental health, so I could not start any brand and it's not attached to something dealing with mental health and body positive, well, mental health in a positive outlet, not even body positivity, because I have nonprofits that I'm starting that have nothing to do with sexuality, but everything that I'm going to put my hands on is going to have some form of mental health initiative behind it. So was Cador Poir was born. And when it comes to the name, it was actually a name I had this name in mind for like 3 years,
Nice.
and I was going to use it for a separate company, but it just felt right, and I gave it to my lingerie, my intimates brand.
Wow, it's such a great thing to hear that you're everything that you do, whether it's the podcast or the lingerie
Yeah.
retail outlet, reflects towards body empowerment, body positivity, as well as mental health. So I think
Yes.
also fulfilling your personal vendettas, your personal goals, while also
Mm-hmm.
you're providing people with a service of a product, which is lingerie, and providing people advice and service through your podcast. So you're killing two birds with one stone, and I think that's a very, very smart move. I think that's a smart move.
Yes.
As far as the let's get on to a little bit of the packaging, huh? How about that? Let's get
Ah.
a little bit of basic packaging. Let's do
Hold
it.
on.
Let's
Let me let
just
me let me let me let me
just
show you while we talk.
that's what we
You
made.
got
We made that.
it. It's so awesome too. Like, yes,
It is great. It looks so good.
it's
Let me see that.
awesome.
So
Let me show you, and I'm gonna show you the inside too because
yeah,
it has
please.
a beautiful message as well. So I don't know if you can
No
see it,
rocks
but there's like a beautiful.
with the foiling. That's what you see.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it's
It has
my
it's a
brand.
nice phrase. Looks like a nice quote.
Yes, absolutely. Very nice quote. And I give this beautiful mirror. I actually didn't put one over here, but there's the mirror that comes with each package. So this message, I'll read it to you. It
Go.
says, as you look in the mirror, let go of any doubts and embrace your unique beauty. You are one of a kind, and your individuality is your greatest strength. With love from Cador Pearl Intimates, remember that you are always worthy of admiration and self-love. And I have a mirror with the Cador Pearl logo on it. So it's like, it goes together. It's a cohesive opening. And I just wanted to make sure that the unboxing experience was going to be just as beautiful as what I want my brand to be. It gives you the celebration when you open, and you're not just getting a package, you're getting a celebration of you, of self-love, of intimacy. And you guys did awesome in bringing that
You
to the
know,
forefront.
thank you so much for that. You know, that's what I was about to say. That the I understand you have a great product. You have with the product you have the message with the product as well about body positivity as well as mental health awareness. But at the same time, do you believe? And I think you mentioned that as well. That when you get the box, it's not just the box that you get. You also get with what the product comes with. It the essence of the product is reflected within the box. So do you think that the box did the product justice?
Oh, absolutely. When I created my brand, I knew for sure because there are a lot of lingerie companies out here, and there's a lot of people with side gigs. But I didn't want just a regular lingerie company. I wanted you to experience Cador Pearl as a whole. I wanted my unboxing experience to make you feel seen and valued, and not just only opening your pieces and getting your lingerie. I wanted every experience that you get from the time that this gets to your doorstep, you unpackage it, and you see this beautiful box. And then it's a box that most people are going to keep. So I wanted to be a memory. I wanted you to always have this box. You can use it for other things later. But packaging was high on my list, must haves. And you guys did an amazing job in
Thank you. Thank you so much.
reflecting everything that I wanted.
I hope your experience also went well. I think Ethan, he sends
Ethan
you
is
are
awesome.
great. I'm so happy that he worked with you, and you know
Yes.
he's great. Great. He actually he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff.
Yeah. And it was, I'm gonna be honest, it was very easy. Because of course, like anybody else, when I was actually looking, it took me months to find you guys. I had worked, well, spoke with different companies, and it doesn't seem like anybody was capturing what I was trying to say, because sometimes I don't want to say I'm indecisive, but I'm indecisive. I'm a Libra. The scales are, and so I had the vision, but I needed someone to kind of give me that push. So I told him I wanted it to be my brand colors for sure. I wanted to have, this message. And he kind of just knew let's do the foil. You know what I'm saying? He kind of gave me examples of what would look good. So I'm glad to get that little push, because I didn't necessarily know what I wanted, but I knew what I wanted. If that makes any sense.
He's not just a one man show. We also have a whole. We actually have a whole
The whole
team
team. Yeah.
designing the product. So you helped make the box become a reality, and so did he convey the message directly to the
The
design team.
team. Yeah.
We all
And
work
they
hand.
did it. And
Exactly.
match the colors. So the color of my brand, they didn't have an exact match for it, but somehow, some way, they were able to get it to make an exact match out of the colors that were in your list. So it came out honestly better than I could have expected. I was very happy with what I got, and I have a subscription service, so you can do like a monthly box, a quarterly box, a yearly box. So because I started the brand in September. So as sales pick up, I've already talked to Ethan about it. I do want to eventually have a different box of every month. So that's what we're working towards. And we're gonna have to work on that as well, because I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to. I know during certain holidays it'll be a holiday box, but just between, I'm gonna have to kind of do some back and forth collaboration, trying to figure out what experience I would want to give. But I'm quite excited for when that time comes, just to have a different
Please,
experience
please,
for my
please
people who
let
have
us
a subscription.
if you have a new box, if you want to do a new project, if it's a holiday
Mm-hmm.
thing, we'll definitely do it,
Yep.
and we'll ship it to you at record time and lead time. Also, we also have really cool things going on at the company. We also start consulting, giving advice for business, and we also give advice for consulting for marketing. We also do that. We have another which is called Maxsoft. It's a whole another company, but it's under the same umbrella as our
Umbrella. Okay, got you.
another part. I'll share you the details for those.
Absolutely, please.
We do everything. If you want the services, please do. It's we just do digital marketing and excuse me, everything related to marketing, and I'll definitely share it for you. I want to ask you, Tisha, that
Tisha, yes.
Tisha, that do you have any memorable experience with a customer regarding your product? Any memorable experience?
Honestly, I can't pick one specific experience. Every experience I've had, even when it comes down to, I have some brand ambassadors. It doesn't matter. Every single person who I've sent merchandise to, whether it was just to kind of get a feel out there for your valued opinion, whether it was my brand ambassadors or a customer, they all do a whole unboxing experience. So it's never not a thing. I haven't had one customer yet that didn't post them opening their box and reading the message and the little note card that goes in it. So it honestly still starts with my packaging. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on your podcast. When every customer gets my mailer boxes and they receive their package, open it up, they start recording, and they start with my box. They open it, they pull out their pieces. They actually, some of them may try it on and give me a nice little video. So whenever I get those reviews, as you know, makes the experience so much better. And whenever I have someone who makes a reel or a story, just explaining their experience, it's always very memorable. So I don't have one
Okay.
specific one that was more, because they're all just being a new brand.
Right.
Every
So
experience is
it's
amazing.
you have so many memorable experiences from so many customers. So Can you tell me the so lingerie, right? It's a very intimate and
Oh, I can't hear you. You broke
personal
up a little bit.
industry as lingerie is a very the lingerie product is a very intimate and it's a very
Mm-hmm.
personal industry. So
Yes.
since being in such an intimate and personal since you make such an intimate and personal product, how do you connect emotionally with your customers and how do you connect the feel of your brand with your customers? How do you do that? Because it's very it's an emotional thing. It's a very intimate thing. So I don't know. I'm just
It
trying to
is.
understand that.
I get what you're asking. So, honestly, the connection for me is because I want you to experience self love. I want you to feel beautiful in these pieces. And I don't want it to be just, like I said, I don't want you to look in the mirror and say, I don't look like the girl that was in on that page or something. I want you to feel just as beautiful. So I make sure, and I'm still recruiting and everything, but I make sure that I am picking women who make you feel like that's me. So I have, like I said, I model on there myself. I have my diverse abilities. I have a young lady on there who has diabetes, so she has her can't remember what it's called, but she has I don't want to be disrespectful. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's like connected to her stomach. But I make sure that I am showcasing that. I have a young lady that's coming in who is confined to a wheelchair that's going to be a part of my brand. And I am making sure that they each feel,
So
sexy and sensual. So that is so when it comes to the intimacy part, that's what makes it so much better for me. I am trying to do more than just give you lingerie. Oh, go be sexy for your man. That's not the message behind my brand. It's more about you. I want you to feel sexy. I want you to have that love within yourself. The self worth is what makes my brand
mm,
different, in my opinion.
so what challenges have you faced in looking for packaging, and have you faced any challenges looking for packaging or having
Um,
face?
so when I was looking, some of the well, not some of the issues I faced were it wasn't as connection driven, I would say. I'm real personable in real life. Like when I go anywhere,
You
I'm
want to
gonna end up being your friend.
you want to
Yeah, I'm like everybody's homegirl, even if you don't know me. I'm gonna be your homegirl by the time we leave. So I love the personable experience I had with dealing with half price packaging. Ethan was very personable. We even, go back and forth on WhatsApp. He told me happy Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving. So, it's the being personal behind the scene. That was number one. Because sometimes when businesses only see you as a customer or a number, the experience isn't the same. And everything that I've done when it's come to Cador Pearl, every vendor I've worked with, photographer, anything, it's a connection. There's a feel, there's an energy behind the people I work with because I'm very big on positive energy. Like I said, I'm very big on mental health. So I want to make sure that when I am doing anything that it makes me feel good. So that was number one. I just didn't like some of the experiences I was getting talking to some of the other packaging brands. I felt like just the number. They didn't really care to hear my thought process really, or the numbers were extreme. And I'm like, I'm starting off as a new brand. I'm a on a day-to-day basis, I'm like everywhere else. I work a corporate job. Actually on my lunch break right now. Have three
yeah.
children. Divorced mother of three, so I have the everyday. Oh no, it's a great thing. Everybody always
I
says it's
mean,
sorry.
I'm
Sometimes it's
glad.
not sorry. It's
I'm glad to
it's
hear.
a good thing
I'm glad
for
to hear
me.
that
It was the
now.
best thing for my mental health. Yeah, like
Yes.
if people always say that, but no, it was good for
No,
my
now
self-worth. I'm a
that it's a good
better
thing.
person.
Yeah.
Y-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear.
So, just the fact that I am the everyday person trying to make a way for herself is a big deal for me. So I want to deal with companies who understand that, some of us are just starting off. Everybody is not, the big Vicky Secrets or something like that. Some of us are just starting off in whatever industry we're in. And I would like that to be, understood sometimes, rather than just feeling like, look, I have all these big brands, I don't really need you. That's how I felt a lot
Right.
of times.
See, the thing is,
Yeah.
we're definitely able to connect with our clients, and that's what my job is. I am the client relationship manager, and my job is to connect with you on a personal level.
Personable level. Yeah.
That's what we're doing right now, and I would like to make sure the whole world sees it. At least our followers on social media and people who liked our page on social media see it. So yeah, that's one of my main goals is to establish a connection. Also, whilst establishing the connection, the goal is to make sure that our clients they have a brand. They can make sure that the brand people can see the brand, and we can also promote their brand. And at the same time, we're promoting us as well because soon we're
Yeah.
getting on our page. So that's we likewise. It's likewise.
Yeah, and I'll be honest about something. So it was the fact that you guys were so made me feel so comfortable, and you did give me that personal feeling. That's the reason, the only sole reason that I am even doing this podcast, because initially when I started this brand, I wanted to keep myself separate from it. I didn't want you to know who was behind the brand. Even when I do, because I only have but so many models right now that are in my area. But even when I post on my social media for Cadora Pearl, it's never known that I am the owner and operator. I just look like another model. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I was keeping it. Like, I don't want you to know who's behind the brand. I don't want you to have any preconceived notions. She's fully tatted up, anything like that, before you just really understood the message behind my brand. But because it was you guys, I
Today,
decided to go ahead and do it. Yeah, and that's the honest truth. That's the only reason I did it, is because I couldn't see myself not doing it, honestly.
thank you. Thank you so much for feeling the way you're feeling with us. Also, not only that, the reason that we make you feel the way you feel is because that we do our job, and we do our job, and we take pride in doing our job at Half Price Packaging. Not the best, I would say we're the best. We're one of the best at what we do here. We understand the
No,
packaging
no,
business
you
in
can
and
say y'all
out.
the best.
You
You can say y'all the best. Speak it. It's okay. Speak your
know?
words. Manifest it. We are the best.
So that's the main goal, Tisha, to make sure that we
hmm
we we understand the packaging starting from manufacturing all the way till the box getting into the customer's hands. And
Right.
speaking of boxes again, I just want to say,
hmm
how does when trends evolve? I know times change. Do you plan on changing your product as well as your packaging? I don't. I'm not. I'm just trying to
hmm
perspective. Do you?
So, yeah, I have an answer. So, my main box, probably not. And I say that because when you look at the luxury brands that I am going to be at some point, the reason they stay luxury brands is because they don't change much.
Okay.
When you look at your Gucci's and your Pradas, you know their symbols, you know their brand, you know their colors, you know their boxes.
Right.
You don't really have to change. Now, what I will say, maybe over time, I may because I do have a future that, and I don't want to put it out there yet because I don't want anybody to take my idea. But yes, when it comes to my overall boxing experience now, I don't know if I may make any changes to it, but it's going to pretty much give you this same color, same um, foil. I may have a different message in there, maybe upgrade on, the quality, but I don't even know if I can because it's already
Well, what
awesome.
I'm saying is,
But
I don't know if you want to change the box. I don't want. No, I'm not saying you want to change the logo itself. I'm sure the logo is going to stay the same.
yeah,
Maybe you're going to change. I don't know. I don't see a lot of unless
yeah, not so.
some people rebrand
I
their.
want the main box to be 10 years from now, you still know that box.
Hmm?
Now, like I said, I am going to have different boxes. I'm going to have my subscription boxes. I'm going to change boxes, but I want my main box to be this long lasting. This the vision I have for my brand. I want this main box to be this long lasting box. Like I said, maybe quality or something over time, maybe a different material. I don't know, but I want my main boxes to always be what you see now.
Also, I believe you should also the boxers should be the same. We also offer, just like I said, we have a company that does deal with not boxes. Well, we're the ones who have HPP. We have a company that does marketing as well. So I'll definitely connect you with them if you want any advice for your website or
Hmm.
your Facebook
Yeah.
or any other social media. Then we can
Absolutely.
get you some consultancy. As far as changing your box is concerned, if you do want to change it, then Ethan's your box guy. He'll take care of all of that stuff. It's not a big issue going to be with.
Yeah.
So, Tisha, I wanted to ask you one more thing. Let's say if Christmas comes up or Valentine's Day comes up, I'm sure you're going to do
Hmm.
something for Valentine's Day because I don't know. It may be because Valentine's Day is about love, and you do promote
Hmm.
love. So
Yeah.
you're definitely going to do some sort. Are you going to do any box? Make some hearts in a
So
box?
that's the goal. Like I said, that's definitely the goal. However, and I want to manifest. We don't manifest a yes, okay? So let's manifest a yes. Big on manifestation. The only thing that would hold it back, like I said, 3 months in, new launch. So it would depend on how the end of the year goes and how sales pick up in the next few months.
Exactly.
Um, because it is costly. So if things go the way I'm hoping they go, I have a big photo shoot I'm flying to Houston, Texas for in January. Got some models and things going on. So I'm gonna take some boxes there. But if things go the way I'm hoping they go, absolutely. I know sometimes next year I'll be getting multiple boxes, but I'm just kind of waiting on the sales to pick up, the beginning jitters. And I know I talk to many brands, they all tell me, in the beginning it's gonna take a while. Yeah, I have big weeks and then some weeks is slow. So once everything becomes a little bit more consistent, yes, absolutely. And if it happens before February, God willing, then absolutely. I have a vision in mind for a box and an
Please,
experience that I want
please
for
feel free.
February. So hopefully.
Absolutely, please do. Please feel free to share your vision. We're
Yeah.
a part of your vision and your new projects. We're here to do anything that you desire, and we'll also tell you if you have any questions. If you're doubtful, feel free to share that
Hmm.
with HPP, your box guys, as well as the other company our domain. It's just a separate company, but it's under us. So we'll tell you about
Okay.
those, and that company
And
will.
I may just order a few anyway, not overdo the numbers possibly. Just so I can, have some Valentine's Day boxes just to have. I just want to make sure that I'm being smart. Uh
Yeah,
and not, yeah, so that I still may just work on just by the end of the month, just ordering a couple of them, so for whatever February experiences I do have, I can go ahead and have the box ready. So I'm figuring it out.
so Tisha, you shared so much valuable information today. You were so good. I just want to ask you one last thing. What's one
Okay.
advice you'd give to fashion? I would say you're in fashion, right? You're in fashion.
Yeah. Hmm.
So what piece of advice you would give to fashion entrepreneurs about the role of your role in the fashion industry about and how what advice would you give to them?
First, I would say believe in yourself. Be patient. Be very patient, but believe in yourself. Anything you're doing, whether it's fashion or any industry anyway, that you're starting off as an entrepreneur, it's going to be hard. And anybody who tells you that you're going to wake up the next day and everything is going to be roses and rainbows and you're going to be this big deal, they're lying to you. So I would say hold it down, know that it's really what you want to do. Eat, sleep, and sugar honey iced tea it. Make it something that you really believe in. And when it comes to fashion, I would say put your customer first. Ask your customers what they want, but believe in your message and your story. It'll be relayed through in your company and your branding, in your clothing.
It's
That's one of the biggest things.
it's the customer because just like you have your customers, you are our customer. So
Right.
we also ask you what you want, what you need, and what kind of products
Hmm.
are, and we tailor their solution according to what you want. It's tailored, customized boxes. That's what we have. Tailored, customized solutions, and that's what we provide.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. Make sure to do that. And thank you because it also makes me feel that I should also be doing the same thing because with our clients. and it's all about the user experience. I don't know, Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Jobs, he made iPhone, and he was really big on the user experience, and you can see how
Yep.
that's so intuitive. It's so intuitive, and
Yep. And they change it based on the needs of the people.
it sure
And
is.
they think about it before we do, honestly. So yeah.
Yeah, it gives you the needs of the people. Is it fulfills the need of the people, and that's what it did for me. And that's what I use the iPhone. It's so
Hmm.
intuitive. I feel like it was made for my hands, and
Yeah.
tells. And I think the United States of America as a whole, the reason that what we're so successful at what we do is because we are the best at customer service, man. The
Yeah.
we give over here is it's just great. It's fast. We want things fast, super, and we want everything streamlined, and that's what we do. And that's why we're such a huge economy. We're a big economy.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to sell their products in the US because that's
In the US, right.
so I'm glad that you're focused on the user experience and the
Absolutely. Yes.
your customers feel, and that's very good. All right, Tisha. Well, thank you for sharing your journey.
No problem.
Oh, and giving us a glimpse into the artistry behind your designs and packaging. Listeners, be
Absolutely.
sure to follow Kadora Pearl on Instagram. Also, be sure to follow Spank. Oh, sorry, what was the name of the? What was
You
the
don't have to. We don't have to name that one. We just gonna speak on Cador Pearl.
okay, yeah, let's be
Yeah, we just do Cador Pearl. So yes, Cador Pearl. I spell it
Kadora
as
Pearl.
Kadorepearl. Cador Pearl.
Follow it on Instagram and
Yeah.
join us next time as we uncover more stories from the intersection of branding and packaging on Half Price Podcast. So, Tisha, thank you so much,
Thank you. Have a
and
good one.
thank you, Tisha. Take care.
Bye. No problem.